Yes, approach. All of you.
Được ra.
All of It's time to stop talking and listen to your friends and learn.
Hi everybody. We are going to define a word. In my opinion, there are many different ways to define a word, and I think all of them are always difficult. And I think what is only defined in one material and divide into alternative.
She's always looking at me.
And I think a word is uninterrupted string, a letter, and which is preceded by a blank or
A blank?
a blank.
A blank what?
A blank space or punctuation mark. For example,
What do you mean by that criterion? What is the name of that criterion?
orthographical criteria.
Can you write it down on the board so that everyone can see? Criterion. Criteria is a plural of criterion, right?
For example, I give an example. She is beautiful.
Can you please?
In my define,
How many words are there?
there are three.
No, you can ask your friends.
There are three words in my.
No. She's answering. Okay.
In this, according to my explain, there are three words, and there are two blank space between three words and
A mark.
each and a mark.
So a word can be identified by the presence of blank space or punctuation preceding it, right? So do you think that orthographical criterion is a reliable indicator or criterion to tell a word from a non-word? Is that reliable? Is that sufficient and reliable?
Because
Hầu hết cả các bạn. Anyway, no problem.
Gì?
Dạ, làm sao mình ra cho nhóm đóng kịch cho hai rồi. I think you gotta say I disagree and you give evidence and you debate, đúng không nhỉ? It's like that. But no worries, it's the first time, so you can manage everything as you want.
I think that in the image was we can recognize one word or one compound word or it's a two word because I have an example.
So do you agree or disagree with her?
I disagree with her.
Okay.
An example, the word girlfriend, you absolutely you can write like this, or you can have a blank space between the two words, and it becomes two words, not one compound word. Or example, a word such as apartment building is a compound word, but it has a blank space between the apartment and the building.
Very good, yes.
It's a problem with this criteria to define a word. In my opinion, I will define a word by phonological criteria. I mean, it's sound structure. In this criteria, you
write down the logical criteria.
in this criteria, you may take an eye on the stress of the work, such as in the word girlfriend. This word have a stress on the first syllable, but you can say girlfriend, and you recognize that it's a compound word between compound word.
And how? So how does it differentiate from, not a compound but two separate words? Girlfriend, okay? So the first word is stressed. Yeah. The first component of girlfriend is stressed. How about, the other example? Yeah. How do you tell girlfriend, this girlfriend from the other girlfriend?
The word girlfriend has the main stress in the syllable, the first syllable, and it has the second stress in the friend. And in this, you speak girlfriend. I think the two words are stress are important.
Very good. Yes. Very good. So she argues that your criterion is not reliable as her. What do you put there?
No, I think there's a problem here because
okay, you can proceed here.
okay. Because in some cases, for example, in sentences, some auxiliary and article, they do not take the stress. For example, when you are shorten a word like will become I'll, so it cannot carry the stress. So it's a problem with the phonology here. So I think there's a way to define a word is that you use it's called integrity criterion, which means that a word is indivisible. Yeah, indivisible. Which is they always for example, if you add prefix or suffix in a word, you cannot do it between the syllables. You must do it at the edges of the word. So in the two edges of the word, we have prefix here and suffix here. You cannot add the affixes between them.
Word. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think there are some kind of exception. For example, in mother-in-law, is obviously a word, right? Obviously a word, but when you have to make it plural, you have to add as here, not here. It's an exception of this kind of integrity criterion.
So does it mean that it's still not sufficient not a sufficient criteria to define the word?
Yeah.
To identify the word?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
And there are some other example in the page 8. you can see that the creation like absolutely. It means that I have to say that the word means that it's daily absolutely. But they in here you can see that the rule is violated because they add the but between the absol and the literally. But it's a way of saying the word to stress the meaning. It's quite a rare situation that can occur in English, and this creation is occur in spoken English only, not in written one. So yeah, I think that the word may be defined as a indivisible group or indivisible unit. So it's
Usually and not always.
yeah, it's really the way to define a word here. Okay, do you have any defense, offense, or?
I think your argument is quite reasonable because you didn't assert that mine is the absolute criterion, but she has made some qualification. Sometimes it's not enough, huh? Sometimes it has some exceptions to this case.
But there are only more the criterion is the semantic criterion.
Okay.
Yes.
What do you mean by it? How do you use this criterion to tell a word from a non-word? Yeah, the best way is to give an example, right?
A word that expresses a unified semantic concept. But a unified concept may be expressed not only by a single word. It can be expressed by compound words,
Give an example. Just give an example and explain.
Yes. For example, the smell of fresh rain in the forest is not a word because it expresses the unified concept, but it's not a word.
Okay. How about the first aspect of your argument? You can use semantic criterion to define a word, to identify a word. How so?